How's it going, everyone? Cam here. Today I am reacting live on my twitch.tv/CamVGRB channel. If you want to be a part of these live streams, you better come to twitch.tv/CamVGRB, where I stream multiple days per week. Say hi to the chat, everybody. Today we are reacting to Rustage's KAKASHI rap song Hole, featuring Zach Boucher. Zach Boucher is awesome, Rustage is awesome, and the KAKASHI song is really what exploded Rustage's channel. Like, it was kind of that jumping off point for Rustage. So I'm excited to see. He appears to be revisiting the character, and I think it's going to be a different take, because the first KAKASHI song is like a hype track. So I'm really excited to see where Rustage goes with this. So let's dive right into it. All right, here we go. Okay, yeah, it's definitely a sadder take already. Oh yeah, we're getting some sad boy vibes. Fitting you got Zach Boucher for the sad boy song.
Abandoning your friends makes you worse than...
Alright, we're getting really sad. Let's turn up the volume for me. I'm turning up the volume. We're cranking it up, guys.
Scum, but what kind...
Alright, here we go.
Abandoning your friends makes you worse than scum. But what kind of a father can abandon his son? Learning from your failures shaped the man I had become. A cold-blooded ninja who won't stop till the job is done. A prodigy, I took no value in camaraderie. A part of me still wanted to paragon my autonomy, but Obito was right in changing my ideology. Careless in my actions, left his body crossed in front of me, and in his final words he told me to...
He's really going all in on the emotion on this one. He's basically voice acting at this point. A lot of rappers, even when they're doing like sad boy music, aren't like bringing out like a cry. Like, he's essentially kind of crying on this track. Like, it's like voice acting. Like, he's really doing a sad boy crying voice on this one. Like, he's really selling how sad he is, and it's a cool take, because a lot of rappers don't go that far. Like, when they're doing an emotional song, they'll just kind of rap in their normal voice in a more muted tone. So it's cool to see, like, oh, he's doing an anime character, he might as well put some voice acting work into it. So it's good. I like it. It definitely fits the vibe.
Careless in my actions, left his body crossed in front of me, and in his final words he told me to protect Rin. And I swore with all I had I couldn't give in, but through these bloody tears I pierced and demolished. I'm sorry, Obito, I broke our final promise, and I'm losing myself once again. There's a hole in my soul. Oh, and I'm picking apart the remains, and I won't let them go.
I was young when...
All right, Zach Boucher is gonna come in. That was intense. That was that's actually one of my more favorite Rustage hooks. You don't hear him singing too often, and then I like the harmonies at the end there. I like the muted kind of radio filtered singing on the chorus. It almost reminded me of the vibe that I was getting from it was like Hamilton. What's that one song from Hamilton where George Washington is history has its eyes on you? Like, the chorus reminds me of this like let me tell you what I wish I'd known when I was young and dreamed of glory. Like, it's got that like vibe of like a storytelling, like he's looking back on something that he regrets. It really works. Like, the melody really works. I like the mix of it, and I like the harmonies coming in here. I really like it. It's a lot more sonically interesting than a lot of hooks you hear on a lot of nerdcore tracks. I really like what he did for this.
When I started feeling numb, look up at what I...
All right, let's get Zach Boucher. Boucher's gonna come in a little bit more intense, it looks like.
See, I was young when I started feeling numb. Now look up at what I become. I used to be shunned, my father was second to none. I just wanna be who he was, I guess it was dumb. Pretending that I knew my mom. I wish I could've been a son, but I could've run. There's too much that needs to be done, but I'ma have to be the one. And so I would work for it, learn from mistakes that I never made. And that would've changed, it hurts more when you've been through the pain that I've had to face. Like every day I first swore, a promise I made. You would hear me say that I keep her safe, but couldn't when I know I should've. That's a promise that I never meant to break. I thought I would run it.
Yeah, Zach Boucher's in his sweet spot with this track. Yeah, he's really just on this beat. He floats. His flow's incredible. His internal rhyme schemes are obviously always on point, and his voice, he's going more in his normal voice, whereas Rustage brought like a voice acty element to it, and I like that contrast. I like a little bit more of a kind of a voice acty character piece coming from Rustage, and then this one is a little bit more Zach Boucher's just like playing it straight. He's just telling it how it is. He's going in hard. I like the contrast there, and you know, this is just Zach Boucher in his element.
You would hear me say that I keep her safe, but couldn't when I know I should've. That's a promise that I never meant to break. I thought I would run out of reasons.
I really like the production
It's hard
too.
to believe in it lately, but you were the ones that I needed.
This is really nice
and
production.
even if none of us make it, I know that our bonds have been deepened. And so I gotta be the one to say it. You have given me meaning.
Yeah.
And so now I'm leaving.
Okay.
And I'm losing myself once again.
Yeah.
There's a hole in my soul.
I like that.
Oh, oh. And I'm picking apart the remains, and I won't let them go. Oh, oh.
I like the rain. I like the lo-fi rain. That's really nice. Oh, and then the snare comes in. Okay.
When you've been through all this hurt, find the time to make sense of the words.
I like that.
We get what we deserve. Who can speak for the voice gone unheard?
Wow. Wow. Yeah. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this might be my favorite Rustage track as a song. Like, musically, it's so good. The beat is really nice. The melodies of the chorus, the way he performs, it's really good. The mixing is some of his best mixing that he's done. I will say, I do think Rustage has had better individual verses. Like, some of Rustage's verses, like, if you compare his first verse on this track to some of his other verses, I do think he's been stronger on other tracks. But it does really work for this track. And as a song, like, the way it all comes together, from the hook, from the mixing, from the beat, from the lo-fi ambient rain, when the streams and the snare come in at the end, and the outro is really good with the ambient radio vocals. Zach Boucher in his element killed it. You could have told me this was a Zach Boucher track and I would have believed it too. Wow. Really good, man. Really good, Rustage. That's all I got to really say for this type of thing. I want to see more like this from Rustage. This is kind of a first time he's doing something in this vein, it sounds like. It's one of the first times I've heard him doing this. And it's really, really nice. And I do think, from a musical standpoint, this is some of his strongest work. So I would love to hear him go more in this direction. I do think there's a lot of opportunity here to grow his discography from an artistic standpoint. And, you know, this was just something that I'm always impressed by Rustage, but this is something that really got me to step back and really listen to what's going on. So I have to commend him on that. that's awesome. So shout out Rustage, shout out Zach Boucher, amazing track. And if you guys want to be a part of these, be sure to go to my Twitch, twitch.tv/CamVGRB. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you for the follow. And if you made it this far in the video, comment sad.